Visualization is defined as the act of achieving a complete visual impression of an object. Geoscientists are among the world's greatest visualizers because the objects we form impressions of are never directly in view. To be successful, we have to build up in our minds a complete visual representation of a complex geological environment. And in the past, all we had to go on were a handful of well logs and heavily filtered and visually out of focus images of seismic amplitudes. But amplitude is not enough. To obtain a complete visual impression of our exploration targets, we need to begin with a complete visual impression of our seismic. We need to work visually with the wave field. Hi, I am Dr. Stephen Lynch. The Seismic Terrain Explorer is an important and essential new exploration technology because it lets you, for the first time, work visually with seismic in its natural state as an analog acoustic wave field. We hope that even at this early stage you agree that terrain and reflectance displays have a place in both processing and interpretation. But where is that place? Where do these new technologies fit into your existing workflows? To answer that question, I will start by talking about something that has always bothered me. Specifically, the fact that to the casual observer, it often looks as if geoscientists are doing nothing at all. That, of course, is because we spend an inordinate amount of our day sitting, or nowadays standing, and just staring at seismic. Sometimes, let's be honest, we barely move for hours. We just sit and stare. But despite the irritating observations of the uninitiated, we are not being indolent. We are engaging in the active process of visualization. We are trying to build up in our minds a clear picture not only of the complex geological environment that our seismic is trying to image, but also of its entire geological and biological history. Visualization is the crux of exploration, and interpretation is therefore more than just looking at a few well logs and picking a few horizons. It requires an intimate knowledge of the subsurface, and our seismic data is the starting point for developing that knowledge. And developing it is not easy. We need all of the information our seismic can provide. We need character and waveform, we need amplitudes, and we need fine scale details, and we need to see them all at the same time. But today, to see amplitudes, we use a variable density display. To see character and waveform, we switch to a wiggle trace display. And if we need to see faults, diffractions, noise trains, or even steeply dipping beds, we switch again to a grayscale display. 3 different displays for 3 different aspects of the wave field. One shows low frequency amplitude blobs. One shows one-dimensional character and waveform. And one shows faint impressions of details. And every time we switch between them, we lose our perceptions of what the previous displays were telling us. We lose focus, and our train of thought and our visualizations suffer for it. But seismic terrain displays provide a complete visual reconstruction of the entire analog wave field. So they fit into your workflows as a replacement for the displays you use when you are performing exploration's most important task, building up, in your mind, your internal representations of complex biological and geological environments. I'll leave you with this. The Seismic Terrain Explorer may be new to you, but we have had it in early release for over a year, and we have a number of users who have tested it extensively. we have discovered through their testing that the Terrain Explorer is a program that you use every day, and often all day. Our testers have told us that it has become one of their core programs because it gives them something no other software can. It gives them a complete visual impression of their seismic. In other words, it lets them work visually with the wave field. For now, I am Dr. Stephen Lynch. Thank you for watching.